I'm Elizabeth and welcome to my kitchen. We are going to be making a blossom roll and today I have a guest with me. This is my niece Cynthia. So she's going to be walking through the steps of making the roll. And since she's a newbie, this is a great time to watch another beginner getting used to rolling their own. So let's get started. So here we have a nori sheet and we're going to use the rough side. So one side is smooth and glossy and the other side is going to be rough. And with this particular roll, we're going to use 3/4 of the sheet. So I'm going to instruct her to slice part of the sheet down so that we have a smaller piece to work with. And we're going to be using the short side of the rectangle is going to be out. The long side of the rectangle is going to be facing her body. Okay.
This knife or that knife?
It's whichever one you're comfortable with.
Okay.
Remember, this one has to be up and down. It can't go at an angle.
Did it cut it?
You can always use kitchen scissors too.
I think I'm going to use kitchen scissors.
Here you go.
Nice. Oh wow, it did already cut, kind of.
Mm-hmm. There you go. So now she has the small sheet. So we're gonna put the short side facing out, long side facing her. You're gonna dip your hands in the vinegar. So this is it's called Sushi Seasoning. So it's rice vinegar with a little bit of sugar and salt. She's gonna dip her fingers in that to prevent the rice from sticking from her hands.
Like this?
Mm-hmm. And
coat my hands?
Coat your hands. And so if you're new to sushi and you need a video to learn how to make your sushi rice, the link will be available in the description below. So you're gonna grab a ball full of rice. You wanna fill your hand. You may not use all of it because our sheet is smaller and you can just take it back.
And then just
put it on there. And then you're gonna try not to smash, we're gonna spread it out with your fingers. So do like a little motion like this. And if your hands feel too much rice sticking to it, then you just dip it back into the vinegar and then it makes it easier again. While you're doing that, I'm gonna go grab some sesame seeds.
okay. This is the time that I need to add sesame oil, or not sesame oil, sushi oil.
It's rice vinegar.
Rice vinegar.
There you go.
Should I add a little bit more?
Yes, because you want to get to every edge. Almost there. A few more edges to meet. Because when you get it to all the edges, it acts like a glue when we're rolling.
Mm-hmm.
Looking pretty good. So I'm just gonna reach in. Yeah. For that one. Yeah. So I'm just covering a few of the green pieces. Now at this stage, because we're going to be putting the slices of tuna on the outside, you don't have to do the sesame seed part, but if you like to, you can. So what I
love
do,
sesame seeds.
I sprinkle sesame seeds. So this is a blend of the dark and light. So in this container, we have about a tablespoon of sesame seeds, and she's using a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon to just sprinkle. Or you can use a shaker. Yeah, it looks pretty good. So next step, we need to flip this over, but we want to flip it over onto the rolling mat. So over here, I put the rolling mat in a Ziploc bag that is a gallon size, and this helps prevent the rice from getting in between each one of the wood pieces, because when I'm rolling, if I'm rolling one roll, it's not a problem. But if I'm doing several throughout the night, then it builds up. And to prevent the rice from sticking, you actually soak these mats in water for a good hour. Then you pat it dry, and then you can use it. But if I'm planning to make 6 rolls or more that night, which is pretty common when you're cooking for a family of 4, then I prefer to keep it in the bag. So go ahead and lift this up and flip it on top. There you go. And so I like to keep it near the end of the mat. It makes it easier for flipping. So inside the roll, we want to put the salmon. So we have already the sushi grade salmon that we picked up in the Japanese market. And make sure that you talk to your butchers or your fish market before you go and grab salmon. Do not pick just any salmon. Make sure you have the right grade for what we're using tonight. So we sliced it up into thick chunks.
Look at that fat one there.
There you go. That's pretty thick. I'm going to lay that out so she has 2 pieces.
I'll grab 2.
So, yeah, we want to make sure we go the full length. We can always trim later.
Oh no.
There you go. So I like to overlap. So the nice part about making this at home, me and Brooklyn were just having this talk in the car earlier today, is that we can make these as thick as we want. We can put in as much of our favorite ingredients and kind of customize some of our favorite rolls that we normally would get at the sushi restaurants. And so that's the fun part about making it yourself at home. Plus, we can always make more at a cheaper price. So next, avocado. So we're going to grab some generous amounts. Don't be stingy.
Oh no, I love avocado.
So to keep our avocado for browning while we're working, we do put a little bit of lemon juice on it.
It's so soft.
Yeah, this one's pretty ripe. I'm going to help you out. Make sure we get each corner. Okay, so at this point, we are planning to add some more protein, but it's easier to roll it with just 2 ingredients than it is like 3, 4, and 5. Okay? So if you like, you can go wipe your hands. I know it's awkward at first. Okay, dry?
Yeah.
All right, so now we're gonna get to the rolling part. We're gonna roll once, stop, add some more, and then finish rolling. So tuck with your thumbs behind, you've been watching, and pull forward. And then press. There you go. She's a natural.
And then some tuna?
Yep, I guess it runs in the family.
You know, we're all talented in our own ways.
That's right. All right, so now this is the last roll. So what you're going to do is want to lift and tuck, and then roll forward. Yep. And then push. We gotta pull it together. So let's take a quick peek to see if we made the final tuck. Almost.
Almost.
Here, let me show you.
How do we fix that?
Okay, so it's pretty close, but it is thicker here than it is there. So we're gonna scoot that down. So it's good that, you know, they see it wasn't perfect, you know, because it's hard when you're watching somebody and they make it perfect every time. So we need to know how to fix our mistakes. So here we go. We line the 2 up, so there's no overlap. And then we're gonna tuck and pull forward, and then I'm pressing, because we gotta keep it tight. And then I'm going to close the seam, so I'm gonna roll it forward one more time. Press and close. Let's take a look.
It's a nice roll.
Yeah, it's completely closed, and it's not too jiggly, because the more loose the ingredients are on the inside, when you go to slice, they start to
Everything
fall.
falls out, yeah.
So that was probably my biggest hurdle in the beginning. And your kids love to tell you your mistakes sometimes. Oh, Mom, you used to make it like this, and now you make it like that, and now it's like just like the restaurant. You know, so yes, I had a learning curve along the way. So with this being a bamboo mat, the roll will stick to it.
To this? So we need to coat it in this?
Exactly. So let me grab you a paper towel. Yeah, it doesn't stick to my plastic ones, but with this one it does, but this is better for my knife. So I'm gonna wipe that down, and now we're gonna put the roll on there. There you go. So before we cut, we still have another step to do.
Oh.
So we're going to drape the tuna across the top.
Oh yeah. I forgot.
Because I don't think we have enough tuna.
No, we don't.
No.
Need more.
Exactly. I know it's your favorite.
So what we wanted to make sure is that the seam is at the bottom. If not, our sushi is going to come apart if we try to pick it up in any way. So keep your seam at the bottom. Now we're going to put the tuna on the top because we need more protein. Why not? It's the best.
All right. So here you go.
What are we looking for laying it down?
I'd like to put the thick part on the edge, and the thin part is what I lay over the next piece.
Okay.
So I look for the thinnest area, and that's where I do the next overlap. So this one is thinner here, but thicker here. So I'll put the thin layer on top of the previous piece and then keep going.
Mm-hmm. So thin to thick, that's the rule.
Now, if you have excellent knife skills and you never have a thick and thin, then that's not something
Yeah,
you
lucky
need to
you.
worry. Yeah. I always seem to have some variation. I'm going to try to separate these for you. That might be good for an end piece. This one's nice and thicker.
This one?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I'll just keep them right there.
Mm-hmm. That's looking so good. I think we're going beyond 8 slices. How many are we?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7.
8. All right. Pretty good. All right, so the only thing I would do now is if you see any need to adjust between the two pieces, sometimes I do that. If you feel like one's a little further than the other. And then, oh, there's my lovely nut. And so to help the tuna stick to the rice, I smush it again with this.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I used to put saran wrap over it and then slice through that, but then sometimes the saran wrap would break off inside the roll, and then the roll gets broken up because I'm looking for the saran wrap, so I just stopped.
Yeah, don't do that.
And so I just do this. So you press from the top and squeeze all the way around. So you rock the roll so that it ends up rolling under. So
Rock the roll like this?
yeah. Now, let me show you. Okay, so I rock it forward and I'm flipping this under, and then I rock back the other way and I squeeze it because you want the pieces to overlap on the bottom. And then I place it back down. So, and then of course you gotta squish those ends because it starts to come out. See how much that's stuck?
Yeah, it looks so much more together.
Yeah, it looks professional.
Looks pretty professional, yeah. Homemade professional.
Homemade professional, yeah. So the next step is to put the rice vinegar on the knife, and that prevents the knife from sticking as you
Okay.
cut through. But you also want to put some on your fingertips because as you're holding, you don't want any rice to stick to you.
Yeah.
So let me get you another towel. I go through a lot of paper towels. So then I dip this into the vinegar and then run it along the knife without cutting yourself.
This boy's sharp.
Yes, and then dip your fingers. So you're left-handed, so
I just dipped my left hand.
now hold with one hand, chop with the other. So
How thick do we want to go?
I always start in the center because I know if I start in the center, then I know how many more cuts I need to do to make 8. Okay, so center and then come down. It's a balance. Go. All right, you want to watch me once?
Yeah, I did that really rough.
Okay.
I'm making it into a sandwich.
Let's squish that back together. Okay, so here I'm going to make 4 pieces this way. So I'm holding with my fingers. Sorry, I'm right-handed. At the top, I gently go back and forth to make that initial cut through the meat. Then I add pressure to come down.
Okay.
So that's the key. Gentle back and forth to cut through the meat and then push. And so it's less of a squish. Does that make sense? Now the end piece is the hardest piece for me. So in the beginning, I used to just never put the end pieces on the plate for people, and I would just eat those.
It's a snack for yourself.
The cook has to eat somehow.
Exactly.
There you go. And then it's okay if you gotta tighten things back up again. So now we just go, you know, so here's your center, and then we're gonna come this way. Watch your fingers, your angle is coming towards you. So you wanna just go up and down. Okay, perfect. Now slide out. There you go. Keep going. Much easier. See a massive improvement. Rock it. There you go.
There it goes.
Now you're a pro.
I am.
Okay, last step, plating. Oh yeah, taste testing too. All right, and then we're going to use the seaweed salad. So I picked the seaweed salad already mixed together up at the Japanese market. So it's seaweed with sesame and a little bit of oil. And so we're going to put that in the center. Generous piece. There you go. And then we're going to top that off with some scallions and cilantro. And then for the sauce, we're going to use the lighter soy sauce with lime. Now they do have a version with lemon, but my preference is lime, so it's that one over there. And that bottle's almost finished, so it's about a tablespoon left. Now I'm going to pour this in the center because this plate has a little bit of a dip to it, so it's going to go to the edges of the flour anyways. There you go. And so there you have it. Wait a minute, one last thing. I want to sprinkle a little bit of sesame on the top. And now we have our blossom roll. You did a good job.
Thanks.
Look at you.
Couldn't have done it without you.
A little sushi chef in the making. And there you have it. We have the blossom roll. Thank you for watching. Please hit the subscribe button for further videos. Now the best part. Brooklyn, are we still in view? Can you flip it over?
We get to eat it now?
Yeah. You get to try what you made.
Okay.
So I'm going to hold it. You go ahead. I'll take a piece too. I like this end piece you made. It's pretty big.
Delicious. Tastes like sushi.
It tastes like the one at the restaurant I always like to order. You did a really good job. Of course.
Of course. Top by you.
Yeah, it's a natural, you know?
Put a little bit on top or a little bit just like right after you ate it.
Yes, we're going to eat this right in front of you. Brooklyn, come on, join us. Come on. I know you want some. There you go.
Drink the juice. Take part of it. One of us.
Come on. What do you think? Oh, she's got a mouthful. Come on, you're off frame. There you go.
Rate it 1 out of 10.
Would you order this from the Jones Family Kitchen? She gave you a 9.
A 9.
Not bad for a newbie.
No.
She likes a lot of sauce on the raw fish. So this is a big step for her to give you a 9. And it's not drenched in like heavy sauces and stuff.
Wow.
So that speaks volumes.
That does.
Thank you, Brooklyn.
Thank y'all for watching. Have a good night, day, evening, morning, whatever it is. Goodbye.